YouTube, what's happening? I want to tell y'all a little bit about my journey into this trucking industry so far. Mind y'all, I'm a rookie driver. I've only had my CDL for about 2 weeks. Not even about 2 weeks. I've had it for 2 weeks and a day. I am on my second week of training with Hogan Transport. Hold on. Y'all see that? Hogan Transport. That's who I'm on my second week of training with. Close that back. In case y'all can't tell, from Ohio. I run out of Ohio. I run the Northeast region. I'm on a Dollar General account out of Zanesville, Ohio. We all Buckeyes up here. Don't hate. Don't hate. The NCAA committee hates on the Buckeyes enough. And we're losing Urban Meyer this year. But it's all right. I'm saying we're still the Buckeyes. So like I said, I want to talk to y'all a little bit about my journey into this trucking industry so far. Like I said, I'm a rookie driver, been driving. Going on my second week of driving. With a trainer, not solo. Not solo yet. Cannot wait. How am I liking it so far? I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. I researched this for about 3 years before I decided to pull the trigger. This is not just something I jumped into. I did my research for three years before I actually decided to pursue it. I watched YouTube videos. The first ones I watched, Miss Diva Trucker, Chasing Andrew Jackson, Golden Child, Trucker Brown, Lil Sean Parks, just to name a few, the Christian Trucker, Makes Sense, Dread Pirate Trucker, Little Guy, If you're a YouTube trucker, if you're a trucker and you got videos on YouTube, more than likely I've seen some of them. Not all of them, maybe. Some of them. Because I've been watching, and I look on the internet. I've known a few truckers since I was a kid. One neighbor was a trucker. He used to pay me once, twice, 3 or 4 times to clean his truck for him while he was home. After I got out of the Army, I worked at a TA for a few months, and I never thought about becoming a trucker. I never thought I'd be a trucker. But circumstances happen. Plans don't work out like you intend them to. And you find yourself looking for a good paying career. Especially when you come from a small city in Ohio where jobs ain't paying that much. Not for a high school graduate or even a college grad. Jobs just ain't paying that much. And then you get on the internet, you watch these trucking videos, you start researching on the internet, you start talking to people at truck stops. You're like, wait a minute, y'all making what? And you just a high school grad that went to a truck driving school or a trade school, and you making what? I can do that. I like driving. I like traveling. I like going out and seeing new things. I can do that. But it's still, that's a big change from being home every day to maybe being home every, maybe one day per week, 2 days every 2 weeks, 2 days a month. It's a big change. So it took me about 3 years to decide to pull the trigger on that. I have kids. I was married before. I'm divorced now. I have 4 kids. So it took a long time for me to make that decision. And as far as I can tell right now, for me and my family, it was the best decision that I've ever made. When I was in the Army and I was going to all different places all over the world, I didn't have kids. I was married, but I didn't have kids. So the only person I had to worry about, besides myself at that time, which I didn't care about myself, I was having fun, was my wife. And she gave me free reign to do whatever I wanted at the time. So, but trucking, we're here to talk about trucking. Like I said, I researched it for 3 years. How am I liking it so far? I don't like it. I don't like it, man. I love it. I get to get out there and travel. I get to see new things. For the first time, just a couple days ago, for the first time, I seen Lake Ontario for the first time. I've seen Lake Erie. I've been to Michigan and seen, Michigan. The place up north. I've seen Lake Superior, or whatever that lake is up there. But I seen Lake Ontario for the first time. Granted, it's December, wasn't nothing going on the lake, but I seen the lake for the first time. I just came back from Kentucky. I got to drive a big truck through the mountains of Kentucky on a back road. I like doing stuff that, a lot of my friends can't say that they have done. A lot of my friends can't say that they have been halfway around the world and back. A lot of my friends can't say that they have jumped out of airplanes. A lot of my friends can't say, matter of fact, none of my friends can say they shot missiles or anything like that. And a lot of my friends can't say that they have drove a big rig through some mountains in Kentucky. Now, granted, they ain't the Smoky Mountains or nothing like that, but I did it though. They're mountains. I did it. I even drove through, what's the mountains over in Pennsylvania? Appalachian? I even drove through there. That was my first time driving since I got out of CDL school. I drove through the mountains, the Appalachian Mountains, in the middle of the night, in the snow. It wasn't heavy snow, it was light snow. Flurries. But I did it. And that kind of stuff excites me. What else excites me about the driving? The money. The money, man. Like, I'm only going on my second week of training. And I got my pay settlement in already. Not for my first week. Or actually, I'm sorry, for my first week. And it's more than what I made in training. I'm not getting paid mileage, right now. I'm getting paid training pay right now. And it's actually more than what I brought home working a 9-to-5 in a factory, sweating my butt off. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. It's sad. That's sad. But anyways, it's the truth though. Did I mention that one of my biggest idols, I'm not even gonna say idol, not idol, inspirations out here in this YouTube universe, One of them, you know, she's an Andrew Jackson. He's younger than me, though. I can't really say him. I'm 39. You know, he's younger than me, so I can't really say him. But Tunchi, YBE. Love that dude, man. He's probably younger than me too. I don't know how old he is exactly, but he's probably younger than me too. But still, my dude be putting some content out there, man. Putting it out there, and some good content. I mean, like a lot of y'all do. A lot of y'all do. Trucker Brown. I listen to Trucker Brown pretty much every morning. You know, after I listen to the Breakfast Club that is. After I listen to the Breakfast Club, or Ricky Smiley, you know, I gotta listen. I gotta have my music and my radio in the morning. But you know, Trucker Brown, love that dude too. You know, I gotta listen to what he's saying. He's been doing it for years. You know, just like Andrew Jackson, LaShawn Parks, Tunchi, he giving the game to. Miss Diva Trucker, I haven't watched her videos in a while, but you know, when I first started researching the trucker thing, she was a good inspiration. The reason I haven't watched her videos on why she's a female. You know, I can't really translate to where she's coming from on some of her videos. But that's not to say that she doesn't have good content, because she does. Nick and Carla, I start watching them. You know, even though they be tripping sometimes, I start watching them, Nick and Carla. Who else? It's another one. It's a new one. I don't know if she's new. She's probably not new, but Jay Rich. You know, I just start watching her actually today. Enough of the name dropping now. Enough of the name dropping. We're here to talk about my experiences, not theirs. You know? And, you know, going forward and getting into it, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how I'm doing on this Hogan Dollar General account, how it's working out and everything, but the pay, it's going to be a couple pay settlements up there, hopefully some good ones. You hear me, Hogan? Some good ones, hopefully some good ones. Give me some miles. You know, once I get out of training, give me some stories, give me some miles. I like working. I'm a hustler. Let's get this money.